Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Thank you for clicking on this one. Today I actually am filming on the actual day of the week that I'm going to be talking about. I think no, I take that back. What it was, I recorded on the day of the week, the right day of the week, but I posted it later. So it is Monday. Happy Monday. It is a week of Thanksgiving or Indigenous Peoples Day or Turkey Day, whatever you call it. If you plan to celebrate, I hope y'all eat good. I hope you enjoy your days off and do all the things. And just have a good time. If you do Black Friday shopping, I hope you catch all the sales. But let's get right into it. Like I said before, this series is about how I kind of help myself stay on top of what should I prioritize based on what the day of the week represents and what the moon phase is in, if that makes sense. So I've got my notes here because this is not something that you can just, or at least for me, I cannot remember all of the moon phases and their meanings, what's going on, much less what each day of the week represents. I did some research, printed it out, and so I refer to this on each day that I want to be productive. And this isn't by the book. This is what you want to make it. So if you have a Monday and you're just having a chill Monday, then you're having a chill Monday. You don't need to lose any sleep over this. But this helps me stay organized and stay, again, focused. Because if you're like me, and I said this in my last video, but I think the Monday video should really emphasize, if you're Virgo, if you're a paper girly, planner girly, all things note taking, all things highlighters, all things gel pens and stickers, and a journal for literally every facet of your life, or a planner, vision boards, mood boards, all of the things, then this system may, and you're also a little on the eclectic side, this system may help you. So let's get right back into it. Mondays are ruled by, of course, the moon, and it is the divine feminine energy, okay? Setting the emotional tone for the week. It brings motivation. The moon asks, what do you want to achieve? Therefore, it is an excellent planet to work with for fertility, transformation, and change. The moon rules the realm of the subconscious. Assessing our emotions, our intuition, and psychic gifts. You should focus on any kind of divination and shadow work on this day. And divination just simply means, where are you drawing your answers from? Maybe it's your meditation time. Maybe it's your tarot deck. Maybe it's a affirmation card. Maybe it's, just reflecting on any symbols or signs that you think you saw. Okay, finding meaning in those. Maybe it's your spirit animal, or a spirit guide that has been popping up, or any type of something that you see. Okay, what could this mean? And what are the answers? Maybe taking time on a Monday to kind of assess, find those answers. The colors are white, silver, and blue. That's why I did my very soft blue eyeshadow, and I did decide to wear denim today, just to kind of, and you can get all into the color theory if you want, but it's really, for me, it's just like icing on the cake, right? And then, so let's get into the more detailed things that you can focus on with your rituals and your focus. Anything involving agriculture, animals, feminine fertility, messages, reconciliations, voyages, dreams, any kind of, it says theft, but I would tie that into what you thought you lost, or what you thought might have been taken from you. Why do you feel that way, and how can you make peace with that? And what do you think it was being removed? What do you think it symbolized, something being removed from your life? And for me, because that's so close to my heart, when I made that video a couple months ago, over the summer, and I was robbed, what that taught me and what I now understand, for example, let's segue a little bit, was that nothing can really be taken from me. Anything that is physical, tangible, can be replaced. And if it is, money can be regifted. Yeah, I couldn't get my time back, but even the time that it took, all of the moving pieces and hours of like, ugh, I was like, you know what? But in this moment, I'm still safe and I'm okay, and everything I need is being provided for me. Like, I didn't want for anything, even through the struggle, and that reminder took me through some other future things that happened, that I was like, you need to just not worry that you don't have what you need in this moment, even if it's not going the way that you want. I'm good. Like, think about it. You're not starving. You're not hurt. You're not bleeding. You're not, you know what I mean? Like, it could be so much worse. So, even though it wasn't the best feeling in the world, that money has come to me in so many different ways. Like, I know I can buy another purse. I know I have enough money to replace my car key. And like, all the things worked out. So my feeling about that situation, I've let go. I've released the angst and the anger and the bitterness and the frustration, all of that. Okay? So I just wanted to do that in there. Dreams, emotions, clairvoyance, home, family, medicine, cooking, personality, merchandising, again, psychic work, and any type of goddess energy, goddess rituals, whatever. And let's take out the woo woo. Ritual is just something that you do repetitively, that you do in a certain maybe sequence or in a certain way, and maybe you have distinct or specific things that you do for that activity. And so when you're focused on your self-care and your self-love, and you're prioritize, when you've already prioritized yourself, your rituals can be putting on your makeup and using your pretty glass vases and containers that hold your Q-tips and your cotton balls, and using your vanity, and using the same rose water and toner and da 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 da. Like, that whole thing is a ritual. The way you take your shower, and this particular shower, you might do your sugar scrub, and you might shave, and or exfoliate, and then you might do your go in with your oil and your whatever. Those are examples of ritual. So when you take the mundane things in your life and you make them more intentional, you slow them down, you make them more enjoyable, you make them beautiful, you make them like an experience, that is tapping into goddess like ritual, because you deserve that time. And this is the Monday feminine energy vibe. You deserve that you need that time to slow down and pamper yourself and pour into yourself, as should anyone to a goddess. You think about, how is a goddess treated, how is a goddess revered and worshiped? Anyone that think back in the old days when you had people that served the oracle and brought offerings to temples and things like that. Like, how did they treat queens and princesses? Like, it's everything was dedicated, and the best of the best, and set up in a certain way to be presentable for this figure that everyone revered and thought was so special. So you take that same type of energy and you pour that into yourself, so you don't feel rushed throughout your day. You don't head into your week all willy-nilly, just like, yeah, you jump out of bed, you splash some water on your face, you put Vaseline on your lips, a little mascara, and you're out the door to do what? What do you think you're gonna accomplish with that type of routine and ritual? That's not even a ritual, really. That's just a hot mess. So, oh, okay. I don't need that notification. Sorry, y'all. So, this is a great time, and if you guys did the great lock-in, or doing the great lock-in, if you're into New Year's resolutions and this is all new to you, where I keep my back door open for the cat, and I swear I just keep a house full of gnats or flies or whatever, so the cat can go in and out from the balcony. But anyway, where can you create these new practices for yourself? And then how every Monday can you, and even just baby steps, small ways, can you carve out and create the time that you need, and the rituals that you need to empower yourself, rejuvenate yourself, and then when you get into after you've done your self-care, now you can look at your planner. Now you can look at your whole week. Now you can think about, okay, what do I have to do now that I'm like I've taken care of myself? It's really really hard for women to pour from an empty cup and be successful in business, managing their homes, all the things with the kids, family, holidays coming up, and just be running on fumes, and you haven't poured into yourself. And then you really do resent all of the roles and responsibilities that you have put on yourself because you're not, no one's taking care of you. You're not taking care of you. And if you're looking at partners to say, honey, take a break. Oh my God, like, let me do something. You're in for a rude awakening. If you're waiting for your mom to be like, no, you know what? Last year you did so much. Relax. Your sister and I, or your auntie and I, or your cousin and I, or, you know, whatever. We've got this. Uh, it's best friends, whoever. No one's going to give you permission to slow down. Now, what they will do is respect any boundaries that you set up to when you after you've carved out that time, like say in the mornings. In the mornings, I'm not a big phone person. I really don't appreciate good morning texts. Hey, first thing in the morning, let's just hammer right into da 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 da. I don't get on the phone till after 11 o'clock. Why? Because that is my time to go within and do all of my rituals and routines so that I can be my best self. I don't care what day of the week it is. So I'm giving you these examples because we're coming into the busiest time of the year. All of the holidays are crammed right there together. Not all of them, but some of the biggest holidays are crammed right there. We got Thanksgiving, boom. Christmas, boom. Kwanzaa, boom. And then New Year's right there. All of the holiday parties and gift giving and gift exchanging and all of the things. The burnout can be real. But this is what I'm talking about is something that you should implement all year round. And you have to give it to yourself. And using the energy of the moon and using the energy of what Mondays represents will help empower you to have a better start to your week. So let's get into the moon phase. I think, because I already looked at it, we are in the waxing crescent moon. I think the last video I did new moon. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm being nosy. So let's get into the next phase. The waxing crescent moon is a time for growth and determination. I'm pretty sure my last video I did the new moon. So anyway, so this moon is a time for growth and determination. The waxing crescent phase follows the new moon. It's visually characterized by a thin sliver of illumination on the right side of the moon. It symbolizes growth, intention, hope, setting the stage, and hope. Pause, comma. I'm a little excited. Setting the stage for what you wish to achieve in the coming lunar cycle. This moon is visually getting bigger and brighter, shifting from a new moon into a full moon. So it's best for taking initial steps towards a goal set during the new moon. So you're keeping track. And again, if you're a paper person, you've written these things down. So you go back and you remind yourself, oh yeah, that's right. I said this is what I want to plant right now. This is what, I want to have potential, blah, blah, blah. And then now this is the time to start doing that checklist, going down that to-do list, okay? Even if it's just baby steps. And remember, in a moon phase, you have so many days to use this energy. So don't feel like if you didn't hit it right when the first night of the crescent moon hits, you're like, oh no, I didn't get a chance to check in, or that day, or you didn't get a chance to do anything. It's okay. Cut yourself some slack. And you could also plan ahead. So when you're looking at the future, you can be like, okay, well, I know that the full moon is going to be in so many days, so I will wait to do this on the full moon. So, use this, go back and forth with this. You don't have to, just stay current in this, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? You can plan ahead with this. So, again, you're taking the steps towards the goal during this phase, and you're focusing on building growth and laying down roots. So you don't have to worry about the outcomes. You don't have to worry about the future per se. Just this helps you take the bite size pieces and do what you should now. It's the best time to just take small steps toward what you said you wanted in the during the new moon. So I hope this helps you guys. I really love coming on here and sharing. And I also was thinking about bringing a Virgo Talks back, because that was, first of all, that was the original name of this channel. And even though I know everyone doesn't relate to being a Virgo and what we're good at, and I'm not saying that we're superior in any way, but I just love getting on here, and even with friends and family, like, look, y'all, I'm telling you what I know. Okay, it's a Virgo thing. It really is. But within the self-care, guess what? I've also been discovering the deeper layers of my birth chart, and that's a whole separate video. If you have not dived into that world, it is like, wow, your rising sign, your moon sign, the houses. If that's not peeling back the layers of your personality, I don't know what is. And it is so beneficial because it helps you understand, wow. Because I wondered why I felt that way, but that's not necessarily a Virgo trait. You know what I mean? You can't just be your sun sign. So that's a whole nother separate thing, but we are talking about and focusing on the feminine energy, and self-care is very much feminine energy. And so that is where I've been mentally in my journey, and this is all about, sorry, I just got a text message that threw me off. Anyway, self-care, self-love, that is the baseline of this channel. So I'm always going to be about where I'm at, how I'm evolving, and sharing how you could, and tips and tricks and suggestions of how you can evolve. Because sometimes if you get too stagnant, you know, yeah, what can we do? And where can we grow? Thank you for watching. Until the next one. Peace. Bye.